This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Even as cracks emerge in the state's ruling alliance, TNCC President Thangabalu says all is well but asks leaders to watch what they say. The Madras High Court dismisses the petition for a DVAC probe into the corruption allegations against Chief Minister's security men. Government inspectors get back empty-handed from Jayalalitha's Koranad estate as they are sent back by estate officials say they will return with a notice. Fresh round of allegations by Jayalalitha blames MK Ariguri and Schools Minister Tangam Tenarisu for corruption in school teachers' recruitment. The big discounts at the RD season is here, but is it a mere eyewash by brands to push off their old stock? And India lose 3 quick wickets in their second innings against Sri Lanka as they chase down a challenging total of 257. You're watching the late night news on NETV Hindu. Hello, I'm Ramanathan. Let's also take a look at the stories which are making the national headlines. RBI closes on time, but rain delays this consignment. 92 crores rupees left lying on the main road in Jaipur inside this dilapidated bus. CWG Chairman Suresh Kalmari rules out his resignation, says the games are his priority. He will quit after the games if Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh ask him to. Government faces tough questions on the games scam in Parliament and a united opposition demands answers. Want to know where every paisa has been spent.
पैसा खर्च कर देने के बाद यदि हम दूसरे स्थान पर भी नहीं पहुंचे तो हम किस गौरव की बात करते हैं?
The Gujarat High Court grants a CBI the 2-day custody for the Amit Shah in Sohrabuddin fake encounter case. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister travels to Leh to assess the situation after 90 are killed and dozens more missing in flash floods in the region. Now, even as it seems that there is a gap emerging between the DMK Congress combined in the state, with Congress party men singing different tunes on alliances issues and leaders like EVK Selangovan being critical of the DMK government, the Tamil Nadu Congress Committee President KV Thangabalu is playing the saving act, issuing a second ultimatum in just 3 days. Thangabalu today said that congressmen should watch what they say. He's perhaps referring to former TNCC President EVK Selangovan's latest statements, lashing out at the DMK, calling it a minority government that is surviving at the mercy of the Congress. In fact, DMK expressed its dissatisfaction over EVK Selangovan's recent outburst. The DMK Petra Karunanidhi has said that EVK Selangovan's attitude will not strengthen the party, but only strain the ties between both the parties. And this ultimatum comes after the Congress party having recently issued a gag order on partymen from speaking about alliance issues. In fact, KV Thangabalu, the president of the TNCC, joined us a short while ago and told us that there is no factionism in the Congress party.
There is no faction at all. In every political party, there are views, counter views and number of issues around the party. And like Congress do have. At the same time, after I took over as the president of the party, you will see there is unity and there is no views other than the Congress views. And I see to it every congressman or in a disciplined way function in the respective places.
Meanwhile, there was high drama outside the tea estate belonging to AIDMK Chief Jayalalitha in Koranad near Ooty. Officials tried to get into her tea factory for an inspection, citing alleged irregularities. But her party workers did not let them in. Amma says the move was politically motivated. Sam Daniel reports.
Is political vendetta back in Tamil Nadu ahead of assembly polls in the state? Local body officials tried to inspect a newly built tea factory at Jayalalitha's summer retreat near Ooty, following reports of violations. But it was not that easy. The management and Jayalalitha's party workers just did not let them in.
Forcibly, they want to enter into the estate. Without permission. We will not allow.
While a committee is probing this, Jayalalitha has denied these allegations. She claims it's only a renovation with proper approval and calls this politically motivated. During its earlier tenure, the ruling DMK had put Amma behind bars, filing more than a dozen cases against her. But Jayalalitha was not convicted in any of them. When she returned to power, there was the midnight arrest of Karunanidhi, and now the vendetta appears to be continuing.
It is very obvious that the DMK has become very nervous about the ADMK's apparent resurgence. That is why they are now targeting Jayalalitha on whatever issue they can find.
Tamil Nadu has seen a change of guard every time in the last few elections. With the ruling DMK trying to buck this trend, Dravidian politics is all set to get murkier in the months to come. With Ananthakrishnan at Koranad, in Chennai, Sam Daniel, Findy TV.
And perhaps it is getting murkier here. And in fact, today, AIADMK General Secretary Jayalalitha alleged that there is large-scale corruption in the state government-run Teachers Recruitment Board. She charged that corruption is rampant from appointment to transfer of teachers in Tamil Nadu. She said that at least 37 appointments during November 2009 and May 2010 were given to people who were not in the registered list. Jayalalitha said that she suspects the role of School Education Minister Tangam Teners and his mentor and DMK Union Minister M.K. Argre in the large-scale corruption behind appointments and transfer of teachers in the state. Moving on, the Madras High Court today dismissed the petition seeking inquiry into the corruption allegations levelled against the Chief Minister's personal security men after heated arguments between the defence and the public prosecutor. The court dismissed the petition on the grounds that after receiving a complaint, the DGP inquired into the matter and found that the 75 lakhs rupees which were paid for the land allotted to these security men by the government were accounted for. The money was paid through a joint venture. NDTV-Hindu had broken the story on how, based on an RTI application, an NGO had found that the Chief Minister's security men were in possession of income disproportionate to their known sources of income.
Director General of Police, performed his duty and, investigated this complaint on behalf of DBAC. And Director General of Police wrote a letter to us. There is no truth in the complaint. So recording this communication of the Director General of Police stating that these three officers never paid this rupees 75 lakhs each from their funds, and they were paid from some other sources, and those sources are perfectly legal. This is the say of DGP according to learned public prosecutor. Recording this letter in the judgment, the Honorable Judge dismissed this petition because it becomes infructuous. Already the complaint is registered and investigated.
Now it's that time of the year again when shopping malls turn into traffic stoppers, quite literally. It's the month of Adi, considered an inauspicious period, but ironically when there's a frenzy to shop. Why? Because of discount sales on everything from clothes to mobile phones to washing machines and jewelry. But is this annual ritual almost all about genuine discounts, or is it just a pretext to attract customers? Peer Mohammed finds out.
Rock bottom prices and discounts like you've never dreamt of before. That's what the Adi Shopping Festival promises year after year. And customers queue up at Namma Chennai's very shopping destinations. Their many malls at T Nagar are perhaps the best example.
In Adi there's auction, right? We just have, for the low rates we get everything. So I come for every Adi sale.
So Adi tallupadi ipo potrukanga indha season la adu vaangathukkaga vandadom. So percentage pragaram paathu and materials la eppadi irukku nu paathu vaangalaanu vandom. So not bad, vaangitom.
It's impossible not to catch the Adi fever this month if you live in Chennai. But there is a flip side to this discount mania too. Many feel that the products sold during the month are of a substandard quality, and the shopping experience in these cramped malls is definitely not a sweet dream.
During the Adi sale, almost it is old stuff and the quality is nearly very low instead of the older times or the better times. During this time, it is rush time, so the shopkeepers obviously take out all the old stuff, all the low material, because this is festival time, so it goes off.
It's the Audi paradox. The most the discount, the most money, even they take off the wallet. While some brands offer genuine discount, other brands use this month as an opportunity to sell off their old stock. In most cases, it's a win-win for both buyer and seller. Buyers don't realize that a trap is laid for their compulsive shopping. In Chennai, Peer Mohammed, NDTV Hindu.
But to mark the Audi season, one of Chennai's best-known textile retailers, Pothys, is telling children to save more. Take a look.
Wall Street bankers may have got it wrong in 2008. But these little ones are beating the pros at their own game this Audi. The latest collectibles thanks to Pothys are these fancy piggy banks. And the kids are not so childish anymore.
It's like saving. It's like every time money can save, but you can just spend it by your wish. So I'm going to save it for my family members.
When we were children, what we saved in these piggy banks was mostly for the biggest ice cream cone or for the latest digital watch. But these little ones have different plans.
I'll keep it for my future use.
Moral of the story, according to the children, roses are red, violets are blue. Saving your money is the right thing to do. In Chennai, with Ashmit Kumar, Pratiksha Ramkumar, for NDTV Hindu.
On to a consumer special, it's not the first time that NDTV Hindu has brought to light many issues of bank services being deficient, causing a lot of mental agony to their customers. Today, we have taken up a case study where a nationalized bank did not credit the check of a Chennai-based consultant for over 2 months and later informed him that his check was lost.
Industrial consultant Surya Narayanan of Virugambakam deposited an outstation check worth 25,000 rupees at a nationalized bank where he has an account for quite a long time. When the money was not credited to his account for over 2 months, the bank's manager told him that his check was lost.
I went and met the manager and asked him what happened to my check. He coolly said the check is lost. So we have been forced to go to the lawyer to file a case in the Consumer Court.
The South Chennai District Consumer Forum described the case as deficiency of service. The forum asked the bank to pay a compensation of 20,000 rupees and another 5,000 rupees as cost of the case.
When the check has been paid by the complainant, they are supposed to give credit to the check within 7, 10 or 40 days depending on each bank's policy. But in this case, they have taken an inordinate delay of 52 days. Giving credit to the check.
The court's verdict brought immense relief to the family.
The next time you have a terrible experience with your banker, don't lose heart. There is always a way out. In Chennai, Peer Mohammed, NDTV Hindu.
Now, with Madras Day up ahead on the 22nd of this month, we celebrate the beauty and tradition of our lovely city through this month. And NDTV Hindu brings you tunes and stories surrounding the sights and sounds of a city which was once Madras. So here is the vehicle which might not be very familiar to the current generation, but a ride on it will unravel the charm of a city. Almost forgotten now, the cycle rickshaw still holds a mirror to the old day Madras.
The rickety bumpy ride, with its squeaking mechanism, takes you along the streets of Chennai in a leisurely pace that allows you enough time to soak in the sights and sounds of the city. Once upon a time, the quaint-looking tricycle was a common mode of transport. Even today, tourists who desire a true Chennai experience are advised to go exploring the city on a cycle rickshaw. But these rickshaws have dwindled. Today, they can only be seen in the oldest parts of the city: Mylapore, Triplicane, Paris, Sakarpet and a few other areas. Sadly, in an expanding city growing in sophistication, cycle rickshaws will soon fade away. The cycle rickshaw drivers are a spirited lot. They say they will always have their set of loyal passengers who will always prefer them to the expensive motorized version, the auto rickshaws.
Latest ஆட்டோக்காரங்கலாம் ஒரு 50 rupees போவாங்க மினிமம். நாங்க ஒரு latest 30 rupees போவோம்.
பழைய ஆளுங்க எல்லாரும் ரிச்சால தான் ஏறுவாங்க. ரிச்சால ஏறி பழகப்பட்ட வயசானவங்க எல்லாருமே ரிச்சாவை தான் தேடி வருவாங்க, ரிச்சாவை தான் கூப்பிடுறாங்க, ரிச்சால தான் ஏறுறாங்க.
The government, which talks a lot about preserving the culture and heritage of Chennai, seems to have turned a blind eye to this mode of transport. The cycle rickshaw today is the most eco-friendly. The city's environmentalists and ecologists would prefer to preserve these machines. Well, I've had a really fun day getting a taste of Chennai's heritage, and I could not really resist the chance to ride this wonderful mode of transport. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar, NEWS-NDTV Hindu.
Well, time to head into a short break, but on the other side, all the national news and facing tough questions from the opposition and the media on the allegations of corruption in the Commonwealth Games, Kalmari says his resignation is out of the question. We also tell you what's on the platter for you at the theatres.